Welcome to the John and Heidi Show podcast.
John and Heidi.
Here's John and Heidi.
Today is a special day, Heidi. Do you know what today is?
What is today, John?
I thought you'd never ask, Heidi. It is Monday, the 15th day of May. It is International Kangaroo Care Awareness Day today. It is also International Day of Families. It is National Nylon Stocking Day, National Chocolate Chip Day, and Peace Officers Memorial Day. All of these things happening on this Monday, the 15th day of May. And it is a Movie Star Monday. And our guest today is Michael Ironside.
This is huge.
Yeah, he's awesome. From Highlander 2, The Next Karate Kid, Save Me, Scanners, Nobody. I love that movie, Nobody. Total Recall, and many others. He's got a new film that just came out called Confession. We're going to chat with Michael Ironside all about that coming up. And I'm excited to chat with him. We've had some really good Movie Star Monday guests.
Oh, yeah. This one is big.
We've had some really good guests, period, lately. So, by the way, for those of you who know famous people, thank you for sending them my way. And if you do know famous people, send them my way. And if you are famous people, come my way. All right. Thanks for listening to the John and Heidi Show.
What a year. With prices on everything going up, it's more important than ever to have a better credit card. Some people use a credit card that's not a very good one. At bettercreditcards.com, we offer a variety of credit card options to fit your needs. Whether you want a card to give you cash back or points and perks, or a credit card to help you build your credit, we probably have it at bettercreditcards.com. Give yourself a little credit. bettercreditcards.com. That's bettercreditcards.com.
Now, surveys and studies and such brought to you by bettercreditcards.com. Top songs people are listening to while spring cleaning, according to a one-poll survey. We're over halfway through spring already, by the way. Did you know that?
Isn't that insane?
It's just cruising right through. So here are the top 3 songs. Now, your results may vary. Number 3, Roar by Katy Perry. 16% said they were listening to that for spring cleaning. Number 2, Living on a Prayer by Bon Jovi. 17% said they were listening to that. The number 1 song, according to a one-poll survey, when they said, what are you listening to while you're doing your spring cleaning? The number 1 answer was the John and Heidi Show. No. What's that? That wasn't on the list? No. The number 1 answer was Feeling Good by Flo Rida. 21% said that. So, do you have a spring cleaning song, Heidi?
I don't clean.
I was going to say, I don't have a spring cleaning theme song. I really don't. If I did, it would be like a really, really long song that seems like it never ends, because that's what spring cleaning really is to me. Surveys and studies and such brought to you by bettercreditcards.com.
Did you know you can allocate a percentage of your IRA to physical gold and silver with a tax-free rollover? You can put your IRA back on the gold standard. Genesis Gold IRA is the only IRA that can hold physical precious metals. Call now for your free gold and silver report and learn how to qualify for up to $10,000 in free silver. GenesisGoldIRA.com would like to help protect your IRA today with a simple phone call. Learn more and get the phone number at GenesisGoldIRA.com. That's GenesisGoldIRA.com.
Did you know? Brought to you by GenesisGoldIRA.com. Heidi, did you know a Louisiana woman set the Guinness World Record for the largest afro 3 times in the last 13 years? And she says she keeps breaking the mark to exhibit the beauty of natural hair. She's 47 years young now. Dugas, I don't know if I'm saying any of that right. I apologize. She began growing her trademark afro hairdo in 1999. Its current circumference, no, I'm sorry, it's not the current. The circumference in 2010 was 4 feet 4 inches. Holy cow.
Jeez.
That gave her the Guinness World Record for the largest afro the first time. Last September, they verified her current mark, a circumference of, are you ready for this? 5 feet 5 inches.
Holy cow.
Her afro is, that's about how tall you are, isn't it?
It is how tall I am.
Her afro is as tall as you.
I would think that would be painful on her neck.
I have a link if you want to see what it looks like. Her hair absolutely is beautiful, by the way. It's pretty darn cool, but I think that it would be very, very heavy. We don't know everything, but now we know this.
John and Heidi.
Now, big screen, little screen, brought to you by InsuranceChicken.com. Emilio Estevez says that Lawrence Fishburne saved him from drowning in quicksand when they were 14 years old. They're on location for Apocalypse Now. Estevez was not in the film, but his father, Martin Sheen, was. And he was saved by Mr. Fishburne. How cool is that?
I didn't know quicksand existed outside of Looney Tunes.
Yeah, I kind of thought it was just a cartoon thing as well. Kevin Costner was left stunned after his wife filed to end their 18-year marriage recently. How sad is that?
Oh, jeez.
So I'm sad to hear that. Michael Douglas, the star of Fatal Attraction, Wall Street, Basic Instinct, More recently, Ant-Man. Going to be recognized at the Cannes Film Festival. So that's pretty cool. What else do we have here? Drew Barrymore pulled out of hosting MTV and TV Awards, MTV Movie and TV Awards, in a show of support and solidarity for the Writers Guild
the writers'
members.
strike, yeah.
So it says on here, when I read it, it says last night's awards. Well, I'm sure it was not last night. This story is probably a little bit old. But if you're wondering why she wasn't on it whenever that was on, now you know.
That would be why.
Big Screen, Little Screen, brought to you by InsuranceChicken.com.
How much do you pay for your cell phone every month? If it's more than $15, it's time for a Mintervention. Mint Mobile makes it affordable and easy to switch. Get a new phone or bring in your current phone. iPhones and Samsung phones both work well with Mint Mobile. At Mintervention.com, you can see the current special offers from Mint Mobile, offering premium wireless for just $15 a month. That's far less than most people are paying, just $15 a month. Learn more now at Mintervention.com. That's Mintervention.com.
Now your scoop of the day comes your way, courtesy of BetterCreditCards.com. And I have a story that's political, but it's not political. It's just a story.
Okay.
But it mentions two politicians. But again, it's not political. It's just an interesting thing that was online this last week. And I was like, that just seems really weird. But there were documents recovered from Osama bin Laden's compound that revealed he was trying to get operatives to kill the current president that was at the time, back then, President Obama. But he did not want to kill the vice president at the time, who was Joe Biden, who is now the current president. Is that really weird?
That's extremely
That
weird.
is so, and it's all over the internet. And there's all kinds of mean comments and all kinds of, I'm like, we're not going anywhere near that. I just thought it was fascinating that for whatever reason. And listen to this. I love this story. This could have been our good news story. Mary Silvestri was a few decades late to her audition, but it was worth the wait. As a teen, this 92-year-old Connecticut resident was supposed to audition for the Rockettes. She missed out. You know why?
Why?
She couldn't get to New York. She lived in Connecticut. Her family contacted the Rockettes recently and shared the story that she always wanted to do this. And she had an audition set up, but she couldn't get there on time. So she made it for an audition at age 92.
Oh my gosh, how cute is that?
So she said, just keep moving, keep going to dancing school. You have to enjoy what you're doing. So if you're somebody who maybe feels like you missed out, get out there and do it. And now, Heidi, questions plaguing humanity. I like these. Heidi doesn't. Why is it that fat chance and slim chance mean the same thing? See?
Oh, yeah.
Does fuzzy logic tickle? I don't know. If swimming is so good for your figure, explain whales.
There you go.
Or manatees. Another question plaguing humanity. How come there's never time to do it right, only time to do it over? Okay. How do you make a U-turn in countries that don't have U's in their alphabets? Yeah, what do they call it? I don't know. At an all-you-can-eat buffet, do you have to pay full price if you eat less than you can? Yeah, you still have to pay full price. And final question plaguing humanity. Are children ever ruly? No, they're just unruly. All right. Questions plaguing humanity. It's the scoop of the day. Comes your way, courtesy of BetterCreditCards.com.
InsuranceChicken.com wants to know, how much are you paying for your insurance? I know it seems like a hassle to switch to a different company, but if you can save a few bucks, it's worth crossing the road to InsuranceChicken.com. We have several of the top insurance companies trying to earn your business. They do that by offering great insurance that is cheap. Okay, enough of the silly chicken puns. It's time to get serious about saving you money on your insurance at InsuranceChicken.com. That's InsuranceChicken.com.
Thanks for listening to the John and Heidi Show on a Movie Star Monday. Our guest, Michael Ironside, has been in over 300 films. Some huge names like Scanners, Top Gun, Starship Troopers. He's got a brand new film out right now. It's called Confession. Michael, tell me a little bit about the new movie and the role you get to play.
Well, Confession, the subject matter is date rape, non-consensual sex, and the storyline is a young female assistant prosecuting attorney who wants to reinvestigate a case that's about 4 or 5 years old. And I play the crotchety old, near the end of his career, detective, who basically is very gruff and says, why? This thing was put to bed a long time ago. And I see myself as representing a non-educated audience. I'm the person that hopefully the audience will take the ride with us. And I go from being somebody who was like, why are we doing this? And my attitude towards the whole act and about the woman that was involved, all the way through to being a champion of the case and saying that this is not right, this is not good, this has got to be solved. And it's the education of my character, hopefully, is the education of the audience.
And I watched the trailer for this movie, and I'll tell you, edge of your seat excitement just in the trailer. And hopefully nobody listening will ever have to go through what this young lady went through. But if you do, you need a champion like your character and a few other characters in this movie to be on your side.
I'm a father of 2 daughters. If you got a moment here, my youngest was 14. We were sitting around the kitchen table. I was in my mid-50s at the time or something. And I thought I was pretty well knew everything. And we were talking. She said, Dad, when you're in health class, when boys are in health class, they're taught how not to get venereal disease, how to have safe sex, how to wear for protection and stuff. I said, yeah. She says, well, girls are taught how not to get raped. And I said, what? She says, we're taught, if you're going to be out late at night, stuff like that, don't wear a ponytail. It gives something to grab. Always walk on the lit side of the street if you're by yourself at night. Stay away from alleys and parking lots. If you're going to be out in formal shoes, take a pair of flats with you so you have something to run in. It completely caught me off guard because, I thought I knew everything, and I never looked at the universe from that other side.
Yeah.
And it shocked me.
Absolutely. Yeah, that is, I never really thought of that. In the new movie Confession, your character is also kind of looking out for the young lady that's gone through some terrible things. And your character is a detective that is like right on the brink of retirement. Is that right?
I'm a very gruff, set-in-his-ways detective who by the end of the film is somebody who is trying to champion relooking at some of these cases. Look, this is not a docudrama. This is not very dry, pound out the numbers. I find it very entertaining. It's very well written. It's very well directed by Dana Hansen. And it's well cast. I mean, Clark Bacco plays the young district attorney. She's very attractive, very good at what she does. Sarah Hay plays one of the victims who is, well, I don't want to give too much away, but she's a champion of this subject matter. And it's about a certain amount of revenge. It's hopefully revenge, and it's got that sort of whodunit feel to it. But at the same time, we hope it's education.
Now, in Confession, you're a good guy, but you've had the chance to be a bad guy in a lot of movies. Is it fun to be the bad guy?
Well, it pays well. Let's put it that way.
The
good guy gets beat up through the whole damn film. The bad guy only gets beat up once at the end when he dies. And I realized very early in my career that people, once you kill it, the old adage is if you kill a dog with a shovel and somebody makes money off it in a film, all they want you to do is kill dogs for the rest of your career. They may become demoted A7s, or the shovel may become an Uzi, or it may become a newspaper article. But if you're going to play the bad guy, you're causing pain and suffering and stuff like that, and you come to a certain amount of justified end by the end of the subject matter. But the thing is that I play in very large films. I play these characters so that I can go off and do smaller films, which speak to me and give me an opportunity to sort of stretch in a different way, reach out in a different way. Of the 340 some odd films I've done, I'd say 40 of them I'm playing that kind of emotionally unapproachable, cold-hearted, killing kind of person who has basically got a damaged way of looking at the universe. And the other 300 I've been able to run around and play and have fun playing different characters, everything from priests to grandfathers to idiot teachers, and like in this one, gruff old detectives who are set in a way, who are forced to shake off some of their shackles, and have a different look at the universe.
It looks fantastic. Thanks for your time. Again, the new movie is called Confession.
I hope I didn't make it sound dry.
No, it sounds great. I was excited before talking to you, and I'm really excited. Confession, it's out now. All of the details in the show notes for today at johnandheidishow.com.
What a year. With prices on everything going up, it's more important than ever to have a better credit card. Some people use a credit card that's not a very good one. At bettercreditcards.com, we offer a variety of credit card options to fit your needs. Whether you want a card to give you cash back or points and perks, or a credit card to help you build your credit, we probably have it at bettercreditcards.com. Give yourself a little credit. Bettercreditcards.com. That's bettercreditcards.com.
Fun fact for you, Heidi.
What's that, John?
Stilts were invented by French shepherds who needed a way to get around in wet marshes. Oh, I never thought of that. That's pretty cool. Fun fact for you, Heidi.
What's that, John?
Cows don't have upper front teeth. I never noticed that. Did you notice that?
I have not looked in a cow's mouth.
Nor have I. They say never looked a gift cow in the mouth. No, they don't say that. Fun fact for you, Heidi.
What's that, John?
Thanks to 3D printing, NASA can basically email tools to astronauts now.
Oh,
So you just send them a file and they print it.
crazy.
on a
That is
printer.
interesting.
Yeah. Fun fact for you, Heidi.
What's that, John?
Major League Baseball umpires are required to wear black underwear in case they split their pants. It's a pretty good plan.
I think we've said that one
Yeah.
before.
Fun fact for you, Heidi.
What's that, John?
If you unfolded your brain, it would cover an ironing board. So that's how
Ew.
big a surface area. I don't know who found
I'd
that
like to
out
know who did
or
that
why.
and
our
stay away from them.
Fun fact for you, Heidi.
What's that, John?
The word nice originally meant foolish or stupid. So when you tell somebody how
Oh,
nice they are,
nice.
maybe that's not such a great thing. Several fun facts. Now you know. Thanks for listening to the John and Heidi Show.
Did you know you can allocate a percentage of your IRA to physical gold and silver with a tax-free rollover? You can put your IRA back on the gold standard. Genesis Gold IRA is the only IRA that can hold physical precious metals. Call now for your free gold and silver report and learn how to qualify for up to $10,000 in free silver. GenesisGoldIRA.com would like to help protect your IRA today with a simple phone call. Learn more and get the phone number at GenesisGoldIRA.com. That's GenesisGoldIRA.com.
Time now for the Mint Mobile question of the day. It comes your way, courtesy of mintervention.com. Question for you, Heidi. In the past 20 years, over $400 million have been won in lotteries by people who selected their numbers from this. What did they use for their numbers? $400 million have been won.
Fortune cookie.
Yes, from a fortune cookie.
Crazy.
Yeah, how cool
We
is that?
need to start using those, apparently.
You know what? We get those all the time. We'll have delicious food. That you get a fortune cookie and you read the fortune, you laugh, and you throw it away.
Right.
Maybe we should be using those numbers for
We
something.
really should be using those numbers.
Probably not. But the Mint Mobile question of the day comes your way, courtesy of mintervention.com.
How much do you pay for your cell phone every month? If it's more than $15, it's time for a Mintervention. Mint Mobile makes it affordable and easy to switch. Get a new phone or bring in your current phone. iPhones and Samsung phones both work well with Mint Mobile. At Mintervention.com, you can see the current special offers from Mint Mobile, offering premium wireless for just $15 a month. That's far less than most people are paying, just $15 a month. Learn more now at Mintervention.com. That's Mintervention.com.
Time now for some weird news brought to you by WeirdGiftOfTheDay.com. A German man was retarring the roof of his garden home when he slipped and then became glued to the structure.
Oh, my goodness.
Yeah, rescuers were finally able to free the man by prying him loose bit by bit
Oh, my goodness.
from the gooey mess. Can you even imagine
That would be embarrassing.
That would be. You're like, somebody help me up here. I glued myself to the roof.
That would be really
That would be.
embarrassing.
Hey, at least I haven't done that. Not too long ago, like a week ago, I split my head open.
Yeah, you did.
Yeah, that was also embarrassing.
Who could have seen that coming?
Heidi was telling me that she was trying to warn me, tell me that it was a bad idea to do what I was doing, and then I didn't know that she was trying to warn me, and I just kept doing it. And then I hit my head and had to get 12 staples across the top of my head.
Yeah. There was blood
Yeah.
everywhere.
So, thank you to the doctor who put the 12 staples in my head. Never thought I'd say those words out loud. All right, weird news brought to you by WeirdGiftOfTheDay.com.
John and Heidi.
Time now for the list brought to you by BetterCreditCards.com. Now, I've got this list in the show notes, and I put at the bottom of the list, not my list, don't kill the messenger. I don't want you getting mad at me, but I have the top 5 best guitarists of all time.
Oh, okay.
Now, this is according to consultation with 10 expert websites. So according to expert websites of who are the best guitar players on the planet, if you had somebody that you, in mind, would you even have a guitar player that you'd want to name?
I would guess Carlos Santana.
Well, you would guess wrong according to this list. Many people would probably guess different names than what you'd find. Some of these I think would probably be on the list that most people would think, but I'm going to read them. And then I'm going to move on. Not my list. Number 5, Jeff Beck. Number 4,
oh, yeah, Jeff
David
Beck.
Gilmour. Number 3, Eric Clapton. Number 2, Jimmy Page. Number 1, according to the list, not my list. I do like the guy, but again, there's a lot of people going, what about? Number 1 on this list, Jimi Hendrix. I've got the list in the show notes for today at johnandheidishow.com.
InsuranceChicken.com wants to know, how much much are you paying for your insurance? I know it seems like a hassle to switch to a different company, but if you can save a few bucks, it's worth crossing the road to InsuranceChicken.com. We have several of the top insurance companies trying to earn your business. They do that by offering great insurance that is cheap, cheap, cheap. Okay, enough of the silly chicken puns. It's time to get serious about saving you money on your insurance at InsuranceChicken.com. That's InsuranceChicken.com.
Time now for the quote of the day. It comes your way, courtesy of InsuranceChicken.com. Quote today is from Desmond Morris, who says, biologically speaking, if something bites you, it's more likely to be female. Wait, what?
Interesting.
I don't know if that's true, but sure is fun to just say stuff. Isn't it? Quote of the day comes your way, courtesy of InsuranceChicken.com.
John and Heidi.
This portion of the John and Heidi Show is brought to you by the John and Heidi Show. That sounds kind of funny, but it's true. Go to your local radio station and ask them to start carrying the John and Heidi Show. Here's the best part. They can carry the show for free. They play a couple commercials, but it doesn't cost them anything every month. So if you know a radio station that could use a little bit of help, send them our way. Send them to johnandheidishow.com. Again, johnandheidishow.com. We would love to do a radio program in your community. Then you could listen to the podcast and listen to us on the radio.
John and Heidi.
We always like to wrap things up around here with good news, and I think this is good news. Comes your way courtesy of GenesisGoldIRA.com. Now, there are so many times we'll read a story where it's kind of a sad story to start with, and then it turns into a happy story. This is kind of one of those. Abandoned dog seen wandering the streets of Detroit with a stuffed toy has been rescued.
Aww.
So here's the story. A German Shepherd who's been wandering around Detroit with a stuffed toy after her owner died is safe now and preparing for a new forever home after Animal Rescue Group and animal lovers came together to find this dog. The dog became famous because people were snapping photos of this dog who was clutching a stuffed animal and walking around looking very, very sad. Once her story was posted online, It's Possible South Lion Murphy Lost Animal Recovery, Sugar Mutt's Dog Grooming, Almost Home Animal Rescue, and others all came together to find this German Shepherd. They posted photos and they were, showing the photo to nearby residents. It says all she had left was this stuffy from her owner, a stuffed animal. She was carrying it around. Our hearts were broken when we saw the video and the photos and we heard what happened to her. It reminded us of the movie Annie, where Annie kept a locket close to her heart from her parents. Almost Home wrote on a Facebook page. It says everybody was posting photos. Anyway, they found her. They found this dog. Everybody came together, and it says one neighbor had been feeding Nikki while she was homeless. She's now working with the rescue to find the dog a forever home.
Oh, poor baby.
Yeah. There's some great photos on here.
I would take that dog.
This dog is adorable.
Poor little sweetheart walking around with a toy.
It says, unfortunately, Nikki is heartworm positive, currently undergoing a 4-week treatment. As Nikki receives her care, animal workers are making sure she is ready to head to her foster home. So I've got a link to the story if you'd like to see it. It's in the show notes for today at johnandheidishow.com. Time to say goodbye, Heidi.
Goodbye, Heidi.
Goodbye, everybody. Have a great day. Thank you for listening to The John and Heidi Show.